Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we are continuing our How to Tank series and we've landed upon Cho'Gall. If I pull up the list here, you see I have him in the offensive category, but truthfully he should be in his own category because he plays like no other tank. All the tanks you see on this list, in some way or another, their job at the end of the day is to protect their allies. Cho'Gall is the opposite. His team is meant to be built to protect him. And if you're playing Cho'Gall correctly, you should never die, despite if the enemy team has percent damages. I kind of hope we go up against a percent damage hero because there's plenty of ways to counter it. You just have to really be understanding when your power spikes are and when their power spikes are. So for instance, a Mathael with Last Rites counters Cho'Gall, but only in between levels 10 and 12. Once you hit level 13, you're able to pick up Molten Block and negate his Last Rites. So there's tons of tricks like that that goes along with Cho'Gall. I have Purge here helping me out making this video. So we'll jump into it and hopefully show you how it's done. Alright, we find ourselves on the Infernal Shrines today. Now Purge mentioned this. If you're going to be playing Cho'Gall, you can play with complete randos, that's totally fine. Just please make sure that you are in a Discord call or in party voice or something of that sorts so you can communicate slightly. Technically speaking, the best Gall in the game is the AI because AI Gall never misses.
Yep, I am going to.
But we do find ourselves on the Infernal Shrines and the enemy team is a very ranged team, which means I have to respect them properly. They have a Taunt Varian, who, well, I'm assuming a Taunt Varian, who, if I get caught by a Taunt Varian while I'm getting auto-attacked by any of those ranged heroes, I will die. So we need to make sure that we are playing properly. That's the biggest thing about Cho'Gall, is not falling behind on XP and staying alive. Doing damage second and dodging first. That's what we're trying to do. So we picked up enough experience there in the mid lane, getting our level 1 stacked up a little bit. As always, I'll talk about the build at the end for this tank series, but we want to be double soaking as Cho'Gall because it's going to get us progressed further in the game. You become a raid boss in this game the later it goes on, just because you scale very well. Almost all of your talents are big ones that help you out significantly. Good stun there by the Tyrande, but good healing by the, oh, what's that hero's name? Ariel is going to keep the Zul'jin alive, barely. There's the hammer. I don't know if I want to fight her yet, so we'll wait for Tyrande to go in. Hopefully she sieges up here. She doesn't even siege up. So, as Cho'Gall, it's okay to take a little bit of poke damage when you're rotating through the lanes because your W is healing you anytime you hit a unit with it. So make sure you're pressing your W in the middle of a minion wave to get the full heal available. Continue our double soak fiasco, and we under no circumstances want to be giving Zul'jin more than a second to auto-attack us. If we can't kill the Zul'jin, we're not going in on the Zul'jin because Zul'jin scales by auto-attacking in the early game. So right now he has 2 stacks of his baseline quest. If that gets up to 15, 30, 40, we're going to just disappear as a hero. Sergeant Hammer playing very safe. I can respect her for that. And Tygus getting a nice kill for us. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, heroes that have percent damages, you just need to respect them properly, and you'll be able to live through pretty much anything. And that goes for like Zul'jin, you know, Hammer, Nova rotations. It's a twin blade variant. That's good to know. Might have been able to go in.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, definitely best case scenario. We do camps fairly well, so I might try to get in on the camp here. It's probably better just to keep double soaking though. Making sure we're not falling behind on XP. And if the enemy team isn't here, that means it's fine to soak. Zul'jin's coming in to auto attack us, so we're just going to back away. He cannot get his stacks. That's one of the biggest issues when you're playing against a Zul'jin, as any tank that I see, is people just allowing themselves to get auto-attacked by stackable heroes. Now,
2 here.
there are 2, and 1 is an Ariel. So all that we're going to do is we're just going to try to steal the minions to come over here so that the enemy team can't take it. Zul'jin is coming in now, and I only have my Tyrande to help. Oh, that was a good stun. If I knew that stun was coming, I would have gone in on the Zul'jin a little bit better, who is stacking like a mad lad off of me. Friendly team's still pretty split in general. Good healing by my ally, so I won't have to tap here. Still, we can fight for this objective, but we need to go in right after we clear this minion wave. Go in on the Zul'jin, because we want him dead as early in this fight as possible. Trying to stay out of Hammer's range, though, and that is a far range that she has. Enemy team only needs 4 more, so we're just going to go ahead and back out. They capped it, and we'll use our sippy cup now to try and defend. Zul'jin getting a decent bit of stacks. I'll be the one to get jumped on by the Punisher. Hopefully the friendly team recognizes that I'm getting jumped on. Oh boy. Trying to body block for my ally there, who got engaged upon by the Nova. If Nova sticks around for a second longer, I'd go in on her. Yeah, here we go. Able to get a kill on them and immediately have to react to the enemy team pushing in the middle lane.
Oh, he's killable?
Yeah. There we go. Continuing our stack game. And yes, we have a Nazeebo. Nazeebo is stacking, and it would be nice to allow him to get his stacks. But if he's rotating slower than me, I'm not waiting around for it. It's just the sad realization you have to come to as a Cho'Gall player is, yes, it would be nice for Nazeebo to get his stacks, but I'm not waiting for a year and slowing down my stacks. Because, as mentioned before, most tanks, you play to support your allies. Cho'Gall, you play to support yourself. You're a very selfish hero. Look for the Zul'jin here. Shouldn't be an issue. There we go. Able to get the kill on him. Right before the Ariel came in as well. And now I have to be reacting. Remember, we're playing very fast because we want these stacks and we want to be slowing down this enemy team's entire game plan. So against that enemy team, and especially on this map, I'm going to go for Upheaval. They're both very good, and Twilight Hammer is very strong at keeping you safe from the enemy team and peeling them off of me. But I don't really want to be peeling them off too much. I want to be bringing them close to me. Sergeant Hammer can besieging from a very safe position and make my life a hell. I don't have my Q up yet, so I don't really want to go in. Okay, we're ulting for this camp, then I'll go in, I guess. So we sacrifice a little bit of survivability by picking this ult, and trade it for better positioning in fights or worse positioning for the enemy team, which is in turn better for us. Try not to make too greedy of a play. I feel like I have to go back down here and save my Tyrande. Pull him in, maybe? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, Mr. President, get down. Okay, there we go. Everybody used ults that fight, but I think ours is on the lowest cooldown out of them all, so I'm fine with it. What are you doing, Tyrande? You lose these. Just me showing my face keeps her alive, which I'm cool with that. Friendly team doing an excellent job of getting a good camp timing. Hopefully they'll clear out the red team's camp. I'm trying to get my heal off, but I think I just lost health in doing that. And we cannot fight because they're taking a very long time to clear the camp in the top lane. But as long as we're not falling behind on XP, the game's progressing and we're doing fine. It's time to think about what's going to kill me. So triple tap is terrifying, and obviously just letting Zul'jin pummel me is also terrifying. Friendly team is now coming in. I got to be looking for wherever this hammer is at so I can get in on her. Odin being popped. We'll try to pull in this squishy backline of an enemy team. The Zul'jin does have Tazdingo, but he should die. Yeah, he's dead. We'll get in on the hammer here, who is not moving. There's a nice kill. Unfortunately, Nova is alive. This is the real one here. We'll finish her off. And I want Molten Block. Molten Block will give me the ability to block out an absurd amount of damage. That was a far boop. I have my ult up, so we should be able to finish this hero off. There we go. And we need to be stopping this man from getting the objective capped. Once again, it's not where I wanted that to go. I'm too fast for this ability. That excellent camp timing by the friendly team earlier in the game is allowing us to kill top building. And if the enemy team isn't careful, we'll be able to get a lot more than that. Almost having my ult back up. I'm going to try to time it around the Punisher's jump. I believe Punisher jumps every 15 seconds? It's 8 or 15, I can't remember. So it's got to be back up soon here. Try to time this good. We were able to get the kill barely. Not as flashy as I wanted, but we'll take it. That'll enable us to get this building all the way down. And you can see the enemy team has not done what needed to happen. They did not get ahead on XP. So Cho'Gall is thriving. And we're going to just continue to push that XP lead. That's why we're backing out while the objective is still pushing and going right to get these camps. Camps give you a nice chunk of XP. Hopefully friendly team can run, but against Twin Blade Varian, he'll run you down all the way home. Our ult's almost back up. Upheaval's only on a 40-second cooldown, and being a 40-second cooldown on an ability that is... I gotta scout this bush for my ally. Just make sure they're not coming. There we go. But 40-second cooldown on an ability that costs no mana and is a huge displacement is really, really good. I'm gonna sit in this bush and hope that this Nova comes down. We're just keeping an eye on the real one. No one's really low there. Alright, doesn't look like we'll be able to do anything with the enemy team rotating now. Try not to fall behind on XP. We do see Hammer, and we do well against the Hammer, but I'd rather fight with friendly team here if they want to. I'm going to go for Frenzied Fist. Pull the Zul'jin in. Once again, not as far as I wanted. We bait out one ult. Hopefully we can get his Tazdingo up. We're going to go ahead and press R1 to block out a lot of that Tazdingo damage. Oh, he's so low. All right, sweet. Friendly team able to finish him out there. And if we can get in on the... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we'll take that. Triple kill. Everybody used ults that fight, but once again, our ult is on such a short cooldown that that's good for us. Now that we have level 16, we have an excellent sieging tool. This is the biggest reason I pick up this this ability that I picked up. Oh, she sidestepped it. But Frenzied Fist just gives you an absurdly fast attack speed. Come on, minions. I don't think I've not been hit by Tyranda's boop yet. I'm just a big magnet to it. Not pushing our luck, backing out before the enemy team is really alive to hurt me. And I didn't have my Molten Block up, so I wouldn't have been able to survive wild shenanigans that they could pull. We did complete the Will of Cho, so not that we have to... now we can't stop soaking, but we don't have to worry about it as much. Getting this camp would be a beautiful time to do it. Go ahead and tank it, because as the tank, which technically we are the tank despite us playing like a melee assassin or a bruiser, we should be tanking as much damage as possible for the friendly team when we can. Is that the real Nova? It is.
It is.
Oh, I pressed R as I got booped. we'll just pull a bunch of them back into me. Right in the Tyrande R. I want the enemy team's healer before anyone else. Go ahead and use our 1 here to make sure we survive. Kind of trying to disperse the damage between me and my friendly healer. And I can go in here, but we're going to get booped back. That's fine. We'll continue to cap the objective with all those enemy heroes dead. And I'm sure you can tell by the video, but we feel like a raid boss. At this rate in the game, we feel absolutely like a raid boss. This hero is dead. No matter what direction she runs, she would die. So she just accepts her fate. Nazeebo pushing hard in the other lanes as we capture the objective, and this camp pushes in the top lane. So we've hit level 20. We've expanded our lead to be 3 levels ahead because we've been soaking like crazy. Nazeebo's helped with that as well. And now we've hit level 20. Level 20, you can go for a lot of things, and they're all good. You just need to know when to pick them. So you go for Hour of Twilight if you're dying a lot. We haven't died once, nor do I fear that we will, so I don't need to go that. You then go for Fuel to the Flame if you've been in melee distance a lot and not getting a lot of value out of your R. But I feel like my R has been pretty impactful, so I'm going to go for the R upgrade. Oh, that wall screwed us. If he didn't use Zombie Wall, I would have been able to use my R and probably catch the this hero. Well, that's a big pick on their healer. She wastes her ult again. There we go. And now, with my cooldown being on a 30-second cooldown already, I just need to play this slowly. Remember, Zul'jin hasn't been able to deal a lot of damage to us when he auto-attacks because what do we do in the early game? We didn't allow him to stack. He's still waiting to complete his quest. 10 seconds on my ult. Go ahead and ping it so the friendly team knows. Oh, nice. Nice play.
Oh, wow. My bad.
Well, with that huge pick by Purge using his 20 ultimate shifting nether, that should allow us to finish out this game.
That's very much a Cho'Gall game.
Yeah. That's a very good map for Cho'Gall as well.
True.
So, in the early game, we played very passive and allowed the enemy team to get no stacks, allowed us to get a lot of stacks, and stay even on XP, which allowed us to get some good openings by getting picks as we approach level 10. You know, level 10's big talents for Cho'Gall. Level 13, we're getting survivability, so we don't have to worry about playing a little more aggressively. And then at that point, the game was pretty much finished out. I'll go ahead and exit the game here, and we'll review the build I went. We'll talk about Gall's build and how to play Gall in another video. I do plan on making a how-to series for all of the rules. So I believe this will be the final how to tank video. Although some honorable mentions for tanks would be heroes like Dahaka can be a main tank, technically speaking. Imperius, Rexar, Leoric, and even Uther are all heroes who can, technically speaking, be a main tank. But going back to this video, the build that we go, and this is the build I go in almost all of my games as Cho'Gall, is the Will of Cho at level 1. This gives me I get 1 stack of this quest anytime that I kill a minion, and I get 10 stacks anytime I kill a hero. After I get 30 stacks, I'll gain 1 armor up to a maximum of 10. So this comboed with your trait Ogre Hide can give you 35 armor. Reducing all incoming damage by 35% is huge. And not just that, but whenever Gall needs to use his trait to get a big twisting nether off, you still have 10 armor to keep you nice and healthy. We then go for Seared Flesh. This is where you start to win every single 1v1, regardless of the hero. Almost no hero at level 4 can actually deal with Cho'Gall in Seared Flesh, allowing my autos to crit anytime I auto attack a hero up to 60%. Firestarter, this is where you get your first healing / survivability that really feels impactful in fights. So basic attacks against enemy heroes who were recently hit by your W, reduce the cooldown of your W, and your W is how you heal. Additionally, passively, it reduces the cooldown of your W by 3 seconds. That's an absurd amount of cooldown reduction. Level 10, both ults are very good. I felt like I wanted and needed Upheaval this game, and it worked out well. However, the other ult is what I go in the majority of my games, but Upheaval obviously works well, especially on that map. Molten Block, I go this talent pretty much every single time. You saw it, it's so versatile. You can use it to stop triple taps, and negate the damage that comes in from things such as Tez Dingo or just large amounts of burst. As well, it does a little bit of AoE damage, which is kind of looked over, but it's a surprising amount. While you're in Molten Block as well, your Gall player can still use all of his spells, I believe. So, yeah. So, it's a huge, huge pickup. Level 13 is where you become unkillable. Frenzied Fist at level 16. This increases your basic attack speed, which combos nicely with Firestarter and Seared Flesh. You're able to really start to melt not just heroes, but also siege buildings and take camps faster. And then I explained level 20 inside of the game. You go for Favor of the Gods if you're landing big ults. Otherwise, if you're dying, you go Hour of Twilight. And if you need that more basic attack damage, which is what I typically go, is Fuel for the Flames. The crit is very good as well. Anyways, that was how to tank with Cho'Gall. Big thank you to Purge for helping me out in this video. And yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next one.